Strategic planning. Reasons why teachers leave. Today we are discussing the measures that schools go through when it comes to teachers wanting to quit their organization. When it comes to retaining employees in the education sector, it is important to carefully consider several factors. One of the major reasons why teachers are leaving their jobs is that they feel their needs are not being met, which ultimately affects their ability to provide quality education to the students. Unfortunately, many teachers choose to leave their jobs altogether rather than express their concerns about their working conditions. The five concerns of teaching leaving: developing code of conduct, conducting a needs assessment, professional development, staff attention, and adverse behavior. Code of conduct is very important because it establishes moral standards and rules of conduct that must be followed. It will ensure people's decisions and actions will stay in line with the values and ethical principles that are important to keeping positive environment. Risk-based scope, which should address the organization's key compliance risk areas while keeping pace with the emerge of new compliance topics. Values and culture, which is the summary of the compliance requirements and the critical role that play in teachers and student behaviors. Writing style. Writing style, which will cover the complex and regulatory requirements which the codes are written now and have diverse audience in mind. This is where teachers and students rely on codes that are written and able to have on hand. Sorry, guys, this is the best I can go when it comes to this. It is having issues, but I am trying. This is the only thing I could do to get this to work properly, especially in short term. I've tried everything else. Conducting an assessment needs. Needs assessment process is determining the needs, otherwise known as gaps, between current and desired outcomes. When used properly, the assessment provides valuable insight into your team's processes and highlights areas for efficiency improvements. It is important to ensure that appropriate and sufficient information has been gathered that can inform their instructional design process. Why is it important to do a needs assessment? Needs assessment is very important because it ensures the appropriate and sufficient information that has been gathered that can inform their instructional design process. It will help determine what is contributing to the gap in performance and or the problem that is being addressed. It will help to understand the factors that are supporting or inhibiting a situation that can help this instructional designer to identify sustainable solutions that will hopefully eradicate the existing gap in performance. Professional development. Continuous professional development is vital to both teachers and students to grow. It is important for both educational needs and the wider world that are changing all the time. It is also important to put a strategy in place because the majority of our teachers are not currently checking their performance management progress regularly. Some benefits would be better learning outcomes. Teachers gain a better understanding of what is required. New teaching methods will help teachers connect with different students better. Stronger organization skills, enabling teachers to be able to manage their time and complete their duties more efficiently. We're going to go ahead and get to staff attrition or turnover. This concern of high turnover rate for teachers is due to within their first 3 to 5 years in the field, they leave because of increasing demands, lack of support, and professional development, as well as unrealistic expectations from their administration, which would contribute to a consistent cycle of recruiting and hiring new teachers on a yearly basis, in turn creating an additional stressor for school administrators at both building as well as the district level. Ways to reduce the turnover rate. Provide teachers with ongoing mentorship and support. Make sure you ensure the teachers that they will have the supplies and tools that they need to succeed in their classrooms. Reassuring improvement of students' outcomes a priority. Prepare new teachers and new hires for their time with their students. Make sure you create a meaningful and engaging system of professional development. Give your teachers a voice and a choice in what they learn, guaranteeing that there will be consistent monitoring of professional development results and adjust them as needed. And finally, reward your teachers for completing the professional development. When it comes to adverse behavior, sorry, the lighting is not doing so good for me here. So let's try a different method here. There we go. Teachers have the responsibility to manage students' behavior to ensure that expectations and rules are very clear and that they are supported and safe. Having meetings and training to discuss strategies for teachers to effectively manage student behavior in the classroom by establishing expectations, positive reinforcement strategies, dealing with difficult situations, and by creating a safe learning environment. Exploring how technology will be used on monitoring and able to manage students' behavior, as well as providing training opportunities for teachers. It is critical for teachers to be familiar with different strategies for de escalating a situation that in the classroom. Working with parents and other teachers will be essential part of managing the behavior of a student and school, as it will ensure that all students are receiving the support they need. Support will be there for teachers as well when it comes to them having having to handle situations such as adverse behavior, reassuring them the decisions that are in their classrooms and are in the right, with administrators also there for the teachers when it comes to backing them up. Hmm. I'm trying to get this pulled up for a time frame. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with videos and that, but I do try my darnest here. When it comes to our time frame, what we want to actually do well is monitor a month before school starts. We want training for all staff members and administrators on code of ethic and what is expected, understanding needs assessments and how to make them more effective, giving ideas for professional development, assessment on what can be done to reduce turnover rates in the school, teachers providing thoughts and examples, proper training on how to recognize adverse behavior and proper steps of handling situations that may occur. When we go to the next step, we're going to go to the 2 weeks into the school year. With the 2 weeks in the school year, we want a needs assessment of the teacher's experience in the first 2 weeks of school, meeting with updates on what has been happening and ideas of how to improve the situations to make it more of a safe and positive environment. We want to evaluate teachers on their progress and giving feedback and advice on how they can improve on their professional development. Needs assessments on students to see if they understand the process of their lessons and how they understand rules and policies and the consequences if there is failure to follow. A conference that includes parents, teachers, and administrators to go over everything that has been going on in school, and teachers and administrators is to seeing and getting feedback from parents on what they think may be necessary for the improvement. And as we go on there, I figured that the next step would be best would be a month into the school year. With it being a month into the school year, you want to do a needs assessment on progress of teachers and students, meeting on reevaluating policies and rules if there needs to be appropriate adjustments, one-on-one with teacher and administrator on progress of professional development, one-on-one with administrator, one-on-one with teacher and parent on the progress and attitude of the student, with giving advice and receiving feedback. Meeting to go over the progress and assessment of administrators, teachers so that there can be continuous improvement of the administrators when needing to be supportive and making sure that teachers have all the resources they need to be successful and at peace of mind. After you go for a month, you want to hit the 6-month level. In the 6-month level, in the 6th month into the school year, teachers should be able to freely communicate and address administrator with issues, and administrator properly investigates and takes actions accordingly. There should be some mindfulness courses available to help teachers with stress that they are going through. The benefits should increase with viewing the production of how the teachers are doing with their students and should be recognized and rewarded for the positive success. There should be a reduction of turnover rate due to the open communication that teachers and administration have when it comes to their well-being and safety. A needs assessment to be done on teachers for improvement of their professional development, and needs assessment to be done on administration for improvement of their professional development. And after that, we want to go for the end of the year assessment. And with the end of the year assessment, after successfully completing the month before, 2-week end, a month end, and 6 months into the school year, there will be an end of the year assessment done on teachers' performance and professional development with advice for the next year to start. A final assessment of how administrators' performance and professional development and advice on what could be improved for the next year. Recognition for the achievements of the teachers and reward them for their hard work that they did. Sorry. Throughout the school year and welcoming to another year, reevaluating code of ethics, making sure that everything is up to date and acceptable. Training on improving teachers' needs assessments after reviewing on how they were doing them throughout the year. We see if they can be adjustments to making it much easier on them. Training on how to handle adverse behavior. This will be a continuous education throughout their careers, because there is always something that may occur and they need to be ready for it. end of the year questionnaires to see what can be done to be improved and what has been improved to reducing teacher turnovers. Having needs assessments will give us a better understanding of what needs to be improved when it comes to the safety and positive environment of our teachers and students. We will be able to identify areas within the organization that need improvement and use the existing process to analyze the data to make the proper changes. Recognizing the issues that may be lacking in organization will help administrators to adjust and connect appropriately, ensuring that the teachers have a say in things, that they have the tools and materials to succeed in their classrooms, have respect that they have earned, and to reassure them they are not a number, they are an individual that matters, and their thoughts and ideas matter as well. Thank you for your patience, guys. I'm sorry. No matter what I did, it wouldn't load up on YouTube or anything like that. So I had to kind of improvise. And again, like I said, I don't really do videos and that. I'm more into graphs and everything. But it was nice to meet you all. I hope it made any sense of what I did. And you have a great evening.